I think all of the nurses would agree on me on this. Here abroad, especially here in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
we are being appreciated for
Mm-hmm.
what we do. And when we communicate with the multidisciplinary teams, especially the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
you could really tell that they appreciate your inputs. Unlike in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, na parang iba yung level ng doktor, iba yung level ng nurse, na
Mm-hmm.
parang doktor ako, nurse ka lang.
Kumusta ug maayong adlaw kabayan? Welcome back to the Pinoy Expat. My name is Icon and I am your host. Dito sa Pinoy Expat, pag-uusapan natin ang iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay ng Pilipino sa ibang bansa. Ngayong araw kasama natin sa isang online interview si Meds, isa sa pinakamatagal at pinakamatalik kong kaibigan na ngayon ay nurse na sa UK. Samahan niyo ako at pakinggan natin ang kanyang kwento.
Good evening, Bess.
Good evening, Bess. Thank you for having me. Charot!
Yes. Okay, so matagal naman tayong magkakilala. Kilala na kita, but our audience doesn't know you. So tell us a little about yourself, your profession and education background sa Pinas, where you are right now, and what you're doing.
So my name is Madeline Rhea Babisa Docalios, and my friends call me Lang Lang. I've been working as an A&E nurse here in UK since September of 2021. So it's been 2 years. My journey in as a nurse in UK started way beyond I stepped foot in the UK. I've graduated in 2007 from Southwestern University in Cebu, and that's where I met my husband, who's also a nurse. And together we now have a 14-year-old son who is adorable, smart, and handsome, named Maki, who is our pride and joy. And recently, I just got promoted for a band six position here in UK. So for all of you who don't know, A&E is it's accident and emergency nurse. It's the same as ER nurse back home.
A&E nurse, accident and emergency nurses. First of all, why UK? Pangarap mo ba talaga na pumunta ng UK ever since?
I think UK for me is one of the easiest passport to get out of the country to work abroad based lang dun sa mga experiences ng ibang tao na nakaalis as a nurse, no, as a skilled worker nurse. So it's much easier to go to UK than to other countries kasi you just have to take yung OET, it's a occupational English test, and then CBT, so it's a computer-based test. And then once you arrived here in UK, we have to take the OSCE. So para siyang return demonstration. And then you can work as a nurse. So you don't have to study for so many years just to become a registered nurse in UK. And also because I wanted to give, a better life for my family. I think yun naman talaga yung mainly reasons ng mga OFWs going abroad to provide a better future for their family.
Right, right. Yung kinuwento mo na yung process from nurse sa Philippines and then coming there and
Mm.
then finally nurse ka na dyan. We have a similar
Mm-hmm.
thing here in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
It's called
Mm-hmm.
OBA. So dati yung mga
Oh.
nurses, they had to do the bridging course kasi yung
Mm.
educational qualification sa Philippines as a nurse hindi acceptable dito. So they had to do this sort of like conversion. But now
Mm.
recently na-introduce yung OBA, something similar about that. Let's go back quickly sa previous life mo sa Philippines. You
Mm.
mentioned na sa Cebu ka nag-aral
Mm.
ng
Mhm.
nursing and then you finished your nursing degree anong year?
2007. Oh my God, I feel so old, Bess.
Don't worry, magkaedad lang tayo.
My God.
Okay. So after you finish your degree and then you pass the board exam sa
Mhm.
Philippines, did you
Mhm.
work right away as a nurse?
Yun yung mahirap kasi during our time, sobrang ang daming graduates ng nurses from our school alone. I think 949 students kami graduate from one school alone sa Cebu. So sobrang dami. It's really hard to get a job. So we even have to pay the hospital to get an experience. So when you say work, it's more like volunteer work. We're not being paid. It's in fact it's the other way around. We're the one paying the hospital for us to get an experience. So medyo challenging, but I was able to get a placement sa one of the hospitals, sa private hospitals sa Cotabato City.
I think it's one of the challenges talaga sa Philippines kasi yun na nga, there was a time na halos lahat ng college students nagne-nursing, and there was like an oversupply of nurses sa Philippines to the point na people are competing for a job of being a
Mhm.
nurse. And then at that time, what was your goal? Was it like really at that time naisip mo na ba na mag-U-UK ako someday or lalabas ako ng bansa someday?
Well, it's one of the reasons actually for getting the course in the first place. Kasi first year pa lang kami, yung nasa mind na namin, huy, mag-nursing ka kasi mabilis para if you want to go abroad, yun yung pinaka easiest route to go abroad. But if you know me, I've always wanted to be a dentist like my mom. Well, after I graduated from high school, lahat ng mga barkada ko, lahat ng mga classmates ko, hey guys, mag-nursing tayo. So, parang nasabi ko, peer pressure na din. So, yung goal pa lang namin while we're studying nursing is to go abroad. Siguro probably spend years in the Philippines and gain experience, and then yung end game, yung end goal is to really go abroad and provide better future for the family. So, yun talaga yun.
So now you finished your course 2007 ka
Mm.
na-graduate,
Mm.
pero dumating ka ng UK 2021. So
Mhm.
14 years bago na kumbaga nasa katuparan yung dream mo to come to
Mm.
UK. Ano yung mga odd jobs mo? Were you always a nurse all throughout those 14 years, or did you
Mm.
have to, like most nurses na nakilala ko, naging friends ko, nag-jump sila from one job to another, and not all of those jobs included being a nurse?
Palagi ko sinasabi, even sa mga vlogs ko, na 14, yung UK dream ko, it's 14 years in the making. Kasi after we graduated, parang nag-close lahat ng mga opportunities to go abroad kasi nga sa sobrang dami ng nurses. So from 2007 to 2012, I've worked as a nurse sa isang private hospital in Cotabato City, our hometown. And then I had to change my career. So in 2013, I've worked for 7 months in a call center company. It's Convergy sa Cebu. And a lot of nurses actually worked as a call center kasi yun yung pinaka, I don't know, easiest job at that time to get a work if you really want to earn money. And then I had the opportunity to work in one of the major food companies in the Philippines, which is Jollibee for Corporation. So I've worked in Jollibee from 2013 to 2019, and then got back to nursing in 2019, and then finally had the opportunity to apply in UK in 2021. So yon, yun yung napagdaanan ko in those 14 years of my career.
So just like most nurses din, dumaan ka din sa pagka-call center agent.
Call center. Mm.
You mentioned nagtrabaho ka saglit for Jollibee Corporation for 6
Mm.
years. How was your experience like?
It was really, really fun kasi my cousin who was working in Jollibee at that time, she referred me for that position. So I've worked as an operations associate. So I've been assisting the operations director who's looking after, mga certain stores in a certain area. And that was in Visayas. So lahat ng mga stores in Visayas, Jollibee corporate company and franchise stores, and I've been making reports, mostly admin tasks which hindi ko natutunan nung nurse pa ako. And then eventually, after 3 years of working as an operations associate, nag-request ako for lateral transfer to HR. So for a while, I've worked as an HR associate, then got promoted to HR specialist, where I handled certain stores na doing trainings, yung mga orientation sa mga employees, even do hiring sa mga managers and mga crew. So it's more of about talent acquisition, talent attrition, and then engagement. Knowing me, medyo ma-PR yung best mo. So alam mo yun, medyo machikadora tayo. Kaya parang I've realized na parang mas naglilin ako towards HR or marketing, mga ganun. So that's why doon ako napunta.
What's one lesson that you learned during your gig sa Jollibee na na-carry over mo ngayon as a nurse dyan
Mhm.
sa UK?
Siguro I would say na na-improve ko yung skills ko in terms of people management and interpersonal skills and more on the admin tasks. Kasi being a nurse, you're also doing people management, but it's more of hands-on ka in dealing with patients and more of the medical side. But with Jollibee kasi, I mean, admin skills, yung mga skills na natutunan ko na hindi ko natututunan as a nurse, and that helped me especially when I was promoted to Band 6 now, yung pagmamanage ng people, making reports, that is not something that you can learn as a nurse. Basic siguro in making yung mga Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word, oh my God. But when I came to Jollibee, I felt so parang ang bobo-bobo ko na parang I don't even know how to do even this. Tapos you're presenting reports, you're presenting data to the top management, yung mga karap
Mm-mm.
mo, yung senior management, mga vice
Mhm.
president and all that stuff. And this is not something that you learn from being a nurse.
Mhm.
And I'm just so thankful no, for Jollibee for giving me that opportunity and learning new skills na I was able to apply for being a nurse na parang, alam mo yun, parang at least bagong
Mm.
skill siya.
Mm. And I guess those things you really wouldn't learn right away kung nagdire-diretso ka tuloy ka as a nurse. Here's one
Mhm.
question. Kasi
Mhm.
I've been here in Australia for 7 years. And bago pa ako dumating dito, I've been hearing na magbubukas na ang Jollibee. And just for those who are listening or watching right now na hindi alam who are outside of Australia, walang Jollibee dito sa Australia. Jollibee is present in almost all major countries except Australia.
Mhm.
Major continents, I mean siguro, but not in Australia. Can you give us your thoughts sa tingin mo kung bakit walang Jollibee dito sa Australia?
Bakit nga ba Tito Tony? Ha? Tony Tancaccio. Nakiki-close, feeling close, Tito Tony. Well, before I resigned from Jollibee, I do know that there's already a plan in place to open a store in Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's somewhere in Sydney, Campbelltown. It's already in place before I left Jollibee. But I do know that there's already a plan in place.
Mm.
But then there are a lot of factors kasi that I think Jollibee is considering whenever they open a store. So
Mm.
let's just wait and see. Malay mo, di ba? Bigla mo na lang malalaman, bukas opening na pala. So di natin alam. Yeah, let's just wait and see.
Okay, sige. Well, moving on from that one, 2019 to 2021, bumalik ka as a nurse sa
Mhm.
Philippines. So, nasa Cotabato City ka ngayon.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
this time, nasa isip mo na ba na, okay, ito na, I'm going to keep the ball rolling na I'm going
Mhm.
to do some stuff for my plans going to UK? Or
Mhm.
is it just something na na-miss mo lang ang pagiging nurse?
No, to tell you honestly, parang yung hinahanap ko yung calling ko talaga na parang when I was in Jollibee, I've been asking myself, what is my purpose in life ba talaga? So parang am I still happy? So nung bumalik ako ng pagka-nurse in 2019, going abroad is not the option. Actually, kami ni Ivan, we've decided not to go abroad na. Parang we're
Mhm.
happy here. Yung
Mm.
happy na kami sa life namin sa Philippines. We've both got a stable job.
Mm.
And then, nagkaroon lang talaga ng opportunity na nag-open na naman nila yung mga countries and they've been hiring
Mm.
nurses. Tapos ito pa sila Lian, sila Witam, yung mga
Mm.
kasama ko sa work, they've already started applying. So, dun ko naisip na, why don't we try? And
Mm.
maybe ito na yung the time has finally come for us to,
Mm.
go chase our UK dream or
Mm.
US dream ba, yung mga ganon.
Right. So, hindi siya na-cancel, na-postpone lang.
Exactly. Mhm.
Okay. And you said nandiyan na rin si Ivan, nandiyan na rin yung anak niyo si Maki.
Mhm.
But did you all come together in one go or nauna ka, nauna si Ivan? How did it happen?
So no, so I've arrived in UK October of 2021. I'm just so lucky, no. I'm one of the lucky few na when I arrived in the UK, may mga kasama kong Pinoy. So there were 7 of us sa group na yon, lahat kami Pinoy. And we all met sa airport. Can you
Oh,
believe it?
cool.
Sa Naiya, we all met in the airport. So it's the first time we met each other, but we became family when we arrived here in
Mhm.
UK. So I think yun yung talagang kapag pa-survive sa akin dito sa UK,
Mm.
knowing that I have Filipino. I met some really good, Filipino kababayans
Mm.
who's also gonna be working alongside me dito sa
Mm.
hospital. Unlike yung mga ibang kwento ng ibang mga tao na sila lang mag-isa,
Mhm.
from airport pa lang sila lang mag-isa ang pumunta sa UK. So pagdating nila sa work, ni walang isang Pilipino
Mm.
silang kasama. So I think yun yung greatest factor na nakapagpa-survive sa akin dito sa UK.
Mm. But still, I would say iba pa rin talaga, 'di ba, kapag yung like family mo talaga ang kasama mo. How was it like living there na, well, hindi ka naman talagang mag-isa kasi like you said, you have your newfound friends. Pero like
Mhm.
living away from your family, like several time zones and several thousands of miles away from you,
Mhm.
paano mo nilalabanan yung lungkot every time you miss them?
So, Netflix. Pero, depende siguro sa tao. You know me best. I'm an extrovert kind of person. So,
Mm.
I'm not really the kind of person who gets really depressed. And of
Mm.
course, we have to thank computers and cell phones. Meron na
Mm.
tayong messenger. Just imagine kung walang
Mm.
mga cell phones and mga computers na you
Yes.
have to write letters pa and send them to your loved ones back home. And it will take them how many months before they'll
Mm.
be able to receive them. So yun, everyday video call,
Mm.
tapos go out with friends, and then, Netflix, yun talaga yung mga K-dramas, yun
Mm.
talaga yung nakapagpa-survive sa akin sa kwarto, sa accommodation.
Yep.
Yung everyday communication lang talaga with the
Mm.
family.
So, dumating ka October 2021, kailan sumunod si Ivan at si Maki?
I was able to get them in February the
Mhm.
following year, 2022. So 4 months.
4
4 months ko
months.
silang hindi nakasama, which not
Mm.
too bad, knowing na it's really expensive here sa
Mm.
Bath. So I had to find a house to prepare for
Mm.
their arrival. Alam
Mhm.
mo yung mga ganun.
Do you think or would you say na it would have been easier if si Ivan instead of you ang nauna?
I don't think he'll survive.
Gano'n? Why do you think so?
I don't know, kasi sa personality namin ni Ivan, I think in terms of taking the risks, a much stronger person
Mm.
inside and out compared to Ivan. So he has some doubts. He's really scared, and it's his first time going abroad then as well.
Mm.
Although I'm not saying that he can't handle it.
Mm.
Siguro I think mas naging difficult for him if
Mm.
siya yung nauna, tas wala kami. He's gonna be depressed
Mhm.
siguro almost every day. Unlike me, na I'm a very happy person.
Mm.
I talk to a lot of people. I go out a lot.
Mhm.
So yun siguro yung difference.
Right. So, para sa'yo parang yung 4 na buwan, it went by really fast because of your personality.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah, it
okay.
really depends on how you view things,
Mhm.
or kung ano yung na-present sa'yo.
Mhm.
It's just how you cope up with things, really.
Mm. Ngayon na kumpleto na kayo diyan ng family mo, is there
Mhm.
anything else that's missing?
Bahay tsaka sasakyan.
Okay, so like your own house na lang talaga and own cars. Okay, and are you
Oo.
still renting right now?
Yes, and super mahal dito, Bes. Kasi
Mhm.
Bath is one of the top spots or top tourist spots in UK.
Mm.
We're only about almost 2 hours away from London.
Mhm.
Right now, we are renting a two-bedroom house. It's cost
Mm.
£1,200 per month. So that's around mga nasa 80,000 sa pesos.
And
Parang
kung in terms of percentage ng salary ninyo, how many percent of your salary is that taking up?
kasi hati kami ni Ivan eh. So, siguro mga kung sa house, nasa 40%
Oh, malaki din.
yung super laki talaga.
Mm.
Unlike if we apply for mortgage and we have our own house, at least
Mm.
para siyang investment na rin na
Mm.
hinulugan mo. At least sa'yo yung house at the end of the
Mm.
day.
How is Maki doing? Kumusta ang
Oh, he's
schooling
doing
niya? And well, one time nag-viral siya sa TikTok. Pag-usapan natin 'yan mamaya. But generally, how is your son doing what age was he nung umalis sila ng Pilipinas?
He was 12 years old, so he celebrated his 13th birthday here in the
Mhm.
UK. This is his like sixth school
Mhm.
since kinder.
Mm.
And every time he transferred to a different school, He didn't have any problems adjusting. Hindi talaga kami nagka-problema in terms of his studies. He always
Mm.
excels. He always
Mhm.
in the top of his class.
Mm.
So, hindi talaga namin naging problema yung pag-adjust niya sa school. Kahit pang sixth school niya na to, he
Mm.
gained a lot of friends
Mhm.
agad-agad.
How different is it raising a kid sa Philippines and sa UK? Ano yung challenges raising a kid in UK na hindi mo na-experience sa Philippines?
Again, I'm just so lucky, no? Kasi in the Philippines, you have your parents with you to look after the kids. And hindi mo sila kailangan, ilan mo yung required na kailangan ilagay mo sila sa daycare and all that stuff.
Mm. Mm.
And Maki has a nanny, si MM, who's been
Mhm.
with him for 10 years. So, ang swerte talaga namin na nandyan si
Mm.
MM for 10 years with us. Kung wala siguro si MM, I don't know how I'll be able to survive, raising Maki. Not that I'm saying I can't do it, but the difference is when you go to UK
Mm.
kasi you're not allowed to leave your kid
Mhm.
inside the home at a certain age. Tapos kailangan ilagay mo sila sa yung parang may
Mm.
childcare na kang
Mm.
binabayaran. Hindi mo
Mm.
basta-bastang pwedeng iwan. Tapos if
Mhm.
both of you, if both of the parents are working, you have to work on a certain timeline na iba yung dapat yung kailangan mag ano kayo ng in terms of scheduling.
Mhm.
Kung yung isa nagda-night, yung isa nagmo-morning, and things
Mm.
like that. So I'm just so lucky na when Maki arrived here in UK, he's already 12 years old. So hindi na yung
Mhm.
alam mo yung alagain na bata.
Oo. What is one thing that you love about UK? And maybe ano na rin, what is one thing that you like the least about UK?
So love, I would say the people. Depende siguro on which area ka, which part of the UK are
Mhm.
you from. Kasi kami, we live in Bath and
Mhm.
it's a posh city.
Mm.
So mostly na nakatira dito, yung talaga mga edukado na
Mhm.
yung discipline. Mostly are old people, but they're
Mhm.
so sweet. Lalo na sa hospital, you would really feel na you're being appreciated sa ginagawa mo. And wala talagang racism yung zero tolerance on racism
Mhm.
and mga ano, hindi mo talaga mafe-feel dito yun. I think that's one thing that I really love about the UK. And also yung sa groceries, hindi siya ganun
Mhm.
kamahal yung mga ingredients sa food.
Mm.
But when you go out and eat outside, medyo may kamahalan compared mo
Mhm.
naman sa Philippines. And the least thing I would say, I think ito siguro yung number one na least na ang ayaw talaga ng mga OFW sa UK is the weather. Parang ano, typical British weather na at one point parang 1 week na ulan tapos yung
Mm.
halong lamig. Dito sa area namin bihirang mag-snow pero
Mhm.
super lamig na gano'n. Tapos yung summer, parang yung walang kwenta yung araw. It feels like it's just a light bulb na parang
Ah,
nakaganyan lang. Hindi mo
uh-huh.
talaga nafe-feel yung
Oo.
init kahit summer. So yun.
Do you see yourself settling in UK for good? Or do you have
Oo.
plans to change country? I don't know, maybe here in Australia or maybe in New
Oo.
Zealand?
It's too early to tell kasi we've only been here for 2 years and
Mhm.
3 months. Depende kasi yan sa ano talaga, kung ano talaga yung end goal mo. Kasi
Mhm.
parang kung lipat-lipat ka din ng place, ang hirap, yung mag-a-adjust ka na naman, you start from
Mm.
scratch. So I would say for now, we're okay as of the moment here in the
Mm.
UK. Sayang lang kasi there was a pathway last year na
Mm.
if you wanna transfer, if you wanna work from UK to Australia, as you
Mm.
can apply online through New Zealand. So you just
Mm.
have to submit all of the documents, and then once you get your license in New Zealand, you can convert that straight
Hmm.
away to Australia
Mhm.
within just a few days. Like after New Zealand, siguro within 5 days,
Mm.
ma-convert mo siya to Australian, and then you can work to Australia without even, going through the exams, yung mga
Mm.
OSCE,
Mm.
OET. And I
Mm.
think it ended last year, mga around December. So now you have to go through all the process. You have
Mhm.
to take the exams. Yun yung pagkakaalam ko ha.
Mm.
Which is sayang, but for now, masasabi ko lang, we're quite happy as of the
Mm.
moment where we are.
Yeah, well, Australia is only, I don't know, 16 hours flight away or maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really check. But
Mm.
Australia is here. Is just here. So kung maisipan nyo na
Yeah.
mag-visit, then yeah, andito lang naman yung Australia. What would you say is the biggest difference between being a nurse in the Philippines and being a nurse dyan sa UK?
I think all of the nurses would agree on me on this. The only difference is that here, abroad, especially here in the UK.
Mhm.
We are being appreciated for
Mhm.
what we do. And when we communicate with the multidisciplinary teams, especially the doctors,
Mhm.
you could really tell that they appreciate your inputs.
Mhm.
Unlike, I'm not saying generalize ko ang Philippines, like in the
Mhm.
Philippines, na parang iba yung level ng doktor, iba yung level ng nurse, na
Mhm.
parang doktor ako, nurse ka lang.
Mhm.
Here in the UK, even consultants, parang, okay, so tell me, what do we need to do? Yung mga ganyan,
Mhm.
na nakita mo na parang, oh, you can really feel na you're a nurse and you're on the same team and
Mhm.
you work as a team. Walang may mas mataas sa inyo, walang
Mhm.
may mas mababa sa iyo. At the end of the day, your goal is to save lives and
Mhm.
help patients.
Basically, Jan, you're working with the doctor, not that you're working for the doctor.
Exactly. And again, in terms of the salary, we're still underpaid here, but then
Mhm.
compared mo sa Philippines, it's way, way better. Best ang
Mhm.
salary, way, so different talaga.
Mhm.
And one more thing is, ang, baka magka-problema ako dito sa sasabihin ko. The only difference din na nakikita ko is in terms of the management. When you call in sick here, pag
Mhm.
sinabi mong, I'm not gonna be able to come in because I'm
Mhm.
sick, blah,
Mhm.
blah. Oh, okay. Oh, just that's fine. Just take a rest. Yung mga
Mhm.
ganon. Talaga sasabihan ka. Pero sa Pilipinas, sasabihan ka pa, uy, bakit gano'n? Kulang tayo ngayon. Pasok ka
Mhm.
lang. Inuman mo lang yan ng paracetamol or ibuprofen
Mhm.
or insertan ka lang namin ng IV kahit nagdadayariya ka na. Pasok ka lang kasi kulang tayo. Ganon.
Right. Would you
Hmm.
suggest nursing as a profession or
Mhm.
career as a younger generations in the Philippines?
If you're looking for a profession with a higher salary, I would definitely say no.
Mhm.
Because when you compare yung salary ng mga nurses to other job opportunities, parang we're
Mhm.
at the bottom of the list.
Mhm.
Even kahit sa Philippines, ganun yung nangyayari. But when you go outside, masashock ka kasi you thought na, oh, mas malaki yung sweldo mo when
Mhm.
you're abroad. When in fact, no. If you
Mhm.
compare it with other jobs, like,
Mhm.
I think mas malaki pa yung sweldo mo sa akin as an IT expert, a web developer and all that stuff. I think you're
Mhm.
on the top of the list. So I would say no. But if you are someone, kasi nursing is a calling, eh.
Mhm.
It's a profession at the same time. It's a calling.
Mhm.
So if you're someone who's compassionate about helping others,
Mhm.
in the medical field,
Mhm.
and nandun talaga yung burning passion mo to
Mhm.
help, then I would say nursing is the right job for you.
Would you say na it's a good career path if gusto ko lang na makalabas ng Pilipinas, makaalis ng Pilipinas?
For now, open pa yung mga opportunities abroad. So I'd say yes. You still
Mhm.
have 4 years to decide, but it might change soon.
Mhm.
Lalo na kapag marami nang na-hire
Mhm.
outside. Ganun yung nangyari back in 1999. We were, I think, grade 6 or mga first year high school, nagkaroon
Mhm.
ng exodus ng mga nurses. So
Mhm.
nagsilabasan lahat. And then for a while, na-stop siya. Kaya nagkaroon ng mga oversupply ng nurses sa
Mhm.
Philippines. Tapos ngayon, nag-open na naman ulit yung opportunities.
Mhm.
But I would say for now, yes, it's if you want to go abroad, like yung easiest pathway, I think
Mhm.
yeah, nursing is the best option for now.
2 years and 3 months sa UK, what's the biggest lesson that you have learned so far?
Magsuot ng makapal na jacket paglalabas ng bahay.
No, about life, about, you as a person, sa career mo maybe, yung biggest
Yeah.
lesson na sa tingin mo, you would never have learned or realized
Mm.
kung nagstay ka lang sa Philippines.
Ang masasabi ko lang is that go out of your comfort zone
Mhm.
and try new things. Like,
Mhm.
so based on my experience, not having your dream job doesn't mean you can't continue doing what you love.
Mhm.
Baka meron lang tayong mga humps and bumps na kailangan nating
Mhm.
mapagdaanan bago natin makamit yung success na sinasabi nila.
Mhm.
So, sa pinagdaanan ko na 14 years in the making before I finally got my UK dream, siguro may mga challenges. Maybe it's not your time.
Mhm.
We still got a lot of mga colleagues from the Philippines na nagme-message na, oh guys, I feel, parang nainggit kami kasi nandiyan na kayo.
Mhm.
But, you know, meron lang talaga tayong, this is life is not a race
Mhm.
na baka ito lang talaga yung time for us to go out. Kasi iba rin yung plan ni Lord for you. So you just have to wait. And then do things that you're passionate about. Even though it's not your dream job.
I think maraming sa atin, not only myself, also my viewers can relate to and hopefully, makuhang lesson. Well, thank you so much, Leng, for your time. Ang haba na ng usapan natin. Gusto ko pang ituloy but unfortunately, wala na tayong oras. So, we'll have to end it for now. And maybe next time, pwede tayong mag-hangout ulit for part 2 ng podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I-plug mo lang yung yung YouTube channel ko.
Oh yes, go ahead. Shout out mo yung plug mo yung channels mo.
Although hindi na ako active now, but yeah, if you wanna know more about my journey in the UK as a nurse, you might wanna go to Lang Lang's Moment. You search that on YouTube, and then follow me on TikTok. It's Joey Meds, and on Facebook it's Meds Bautista de Calios. Shout out to Team Early, yung mga cohort ko dito, and of course Team Bobby Calios, my family.
Yay! Shout out po sa inyong lahat. Thank you guys for staying with us. Thank you for watching. And this has been another wonderful interview here, of course, with your host, Icon, and you're watching the Pinoy Expat. See ya!
Yeah.